The beast of Colombia that literally sold his soul to the devil and sacrificed 221 boys is a bit misleading of a title because it turns out that five of them were men, and it wasn't until some point of his killing that he became actively involved in witchcraft. People have different ways that they became monsters. Luis Alfredo Garavito Cubillos had what made him what he was. And a person can say that he made himself how he was. Obviously, his sexuality was a choice of expression that factored into the killing. A lot of people like to apologize nowadays that most of certain offenders, or even any offender of a certain type, that, oh, it wasn't their sexuality, that it's like, but that was a key factor into it, right? And this developed in a way that was more about controlling the idea of what happened against him, about controlling the memory of his father as a womanizer. And he transformed these ideas to the 200 or so pre-killing victims. And his father being abusive and his father not caring resulted in him being very severely sexually abused. And that was where he got the model for what was going on. And 193 murder victims are confirmed, but there's confession for 221. His going to the church to offer remorse could have been authentic. The show that I got this off of, and I did a internet search. It was trying to say that, oh, it was automatic because he went to church when he was little. But a lot of people have this conflict. And it sounds like from a couple clips that you find elsewhere that he stopped having the conflict. And he eventually broke through to being honest about his evil and connected his abuses and murders to the communication with the entities promoted in the witchcraft tradition that he was introduced to. He involved himself in a Ouija board, some text, which I'm not finding reference what text he was introduced to, but apparently things became private. It was his own personal spiritual relationship, and sharing those details wasn't, quite it, right? He ended up with 138 convictions. He eventually died of what you could say are natural causes. He took advantage of the situation with the cartels and stuff to get away with what he got away with. And one of the serial killers hinted at in a program I've also recorded in April of 2025 was somebody that was thought to be even more prolific, killing over 600 people, but just like this individual, they didn't wait around to find all the proof. They were fairly certain of 100 or so and just left it at that, right? Um, and there's someone in India that's said to have killed even more people. But you definitely see what happened to him, his physical disabilities, that he mimicked these upon his victims. And as far as the pictures concerned here, we have two pictures that represent the abuse. And the social situation outside of the home also was abusive, but certain things went on when he was a teen too that finally, broke him through into such things. So his childhood and young adulthood, and then he became a predator as a young adult. He got arrested and, as close to his death as I could find a picture of quickly, that is in the middle there. So, in a way, he did sell his soul, but it was more about his own personal tastes and control because he admitted it was about power rather than any particular demonic group. And he took on different roles to either get resources or to get away with what he was doing.